Happy New Year! Happy 1/1/2015 and welcome to Adironda's State of the Universe, our new name, our double-digit new name for our group monthly session. And by the time you are listening to this recording, Marilyn and I will be deep in the jungle in Thailand somewhere. And so we're sending you our energy now, and we're wishing you all just such a happy, awesome 2015, and we're very excited about sharing the information that's come in for you. And one of my personal favorite things, Marilyn, about January 1st, 2015, or January 1st any year, is that we get to be with Randy. So much fun. So for those of you who are with us for the first time tonight or this afternoon, that is we like to say he's our composer. We're just very blessed that he likes to play with us. But Randy Luna from Branson, composer extraordinaire, and he, for many of you who've received the personal guided meditations, you know of his work because it is in the background. It was channeled music while Marilyn is leading the guided meditation. But tonight we're here for the 1/1/2015.
So I'm not sure. Joy seems to be frozen.
Best friend and business partner, Marilyn Harper. Marilyn, are you there with us?
I am here. Yes, I am. I am so excited to be here for this 1/1/2015 celebration through virtual reality. We are here with Randy Luna, as Joy said. It's so great to do activations and meditations with Randy. You see, this was a long-standing tradition for Randy before Joy ever came on the scene. In 2001, Randy and I got together on the first day of the year, 1/1, and we recorded our first higher journey, our first meditation. And we've pretty much done that every year since then. It's just been wonderful. And so since the double digit, we have come in with even a bigger event for our subscribers. And this event is available for anyone today. So it's going to be very cool. We're going to do it a little differently, I know. Like we did during the 12/12, where we had question and answer first, and then the message from Adironnda, and then the meditation activation live with Randy, which will be available as well for the subscribers and for the folks that join us on 1/1. We did have somebody ask a question about picking up aspects. I guess that's for Adironnda. Linda asked the questions about the I Am Possible program, picking up aspects. If you have not received the beautiful email about the I Am Possible program, it is a powerful program that we are kicking off this year.
It's really awesome. In the chat window, we're getting all kinds of messages from people who are saying, "Tell Randy I love my channeled CD from a year ago," or you know, that they just received their CD, and it's just, yeah, I hear you. I love my channeled personal guided meditation CD as well, and it's a very, very special treat.
It
So
is. You
that's,
know,
go ahead.
what?
I'm sorry. Nothing.
The personalized guided meditation, you know, all of our meditations, we were looking at doing a special of the one-ones that we've done, and many of the meditations that we carry, the chakra balancing, meridian alignment was 2 years ago, chakra balancing was 3 years ago, I think, and last year was flow, which I hope will be available very soon on CD. And we've got creation. Higher journey was a 1-1, and it's just really cool to celebrate on the first day of the year. I'm sure Adironnda will have something to say about what we're doing on the first day of the year. I can feel him coming in. So why don't I get out of the way and we go ahead and start, unless there's something else you'd like to say.
Oh, just one more thing, that there is a question box up above, and for our double-digit subscribers, you can click on that and ask questions tonight, and I will get those questions over to Adironnda. Just please use the question box in the top part of the chat box to relay the question so that I don't lose track of it in the chat window. And I think with that, I can feel them coming in too. Must have something to say. 15. Awesome.
They do. They do.
All right.
So just take a deep breath. Take a deep nap. Inside joke. I deliberately clear and seal this space on all sides, all directions, above and below. Around each person that is here with us, and each person that listens in the future. And I seal that space. And I know only energies from the light and followers of the light can enter. I'm so grateful to be able to be a direct channel for the Holy Spirit and the cosmic Christ consciousness. I'm honored by the presence of each of our master guides, teachers, and angels, and all of the master guides, teachers, and angels that are from each of our subscribers and from all who are joining us here today, and those who listen in the future. I know it is their intention that all information, releasement, integration, activation, transformation is for the highest good and highest joy of each person here. I'm also thankful to be able to step aside my own personal beliefs and paradigms, my own programs, my own ideas and contracts, so that all information that comes through is clear, concise, and succinct. I do open the Akashic Records to be able to see past, present, and future. And for this I give thanks. So it is good day to you, huh? Very good to see each of you here. Know and understand that as you are moving into this 2015, that all indeed adds up to a 10. And that is a sign for new beginnings. This is your year for accentuating your own deep essence, for accelerating your own activation of your own skills, your own talents, your own abilities, your own gifts, if you would. You see, it is very important that you acknowledge in this year of 2015 all that is possible within you. As you are acknowledging all that is possible within you, you will see the possibilities shifting and moving about and accelerating in many different ways, in many different fields in your life. But the first thing that you get to do is to understand who you are. And that is what we're going to talk about a bit later today, is to understand who you are and understand the accelerated magnification of who you are. You see, when you came into this world, you were a bit lost. You knew who you were then, and then you kind of sort of got lost along the way due to all different sorts of things. Your parents, your people, your uh, families, and then you begin that search for back to your essence that you came in here with. That is what we are activating all of this year, is to accentuate all of those parts within you, to bring you to where there is no separation between you and your source, to where there is no challenge between you and your source. You and your source are one. And that is what we choose for you to acknowledge in this year, is all of those possibilities, all of that energy. You are an infinite being of light. And as that infinite being of light presents itself, that is what is happening here. As you are stepping into your power, as you are stepping into your abilities, as you are stepping into your talents, as you are acknowledging those energies, acknowledging those frequencies. We have to cover up this camera. We don't like to see it yet. So in that essence, your living, breathing being, it is very, very powerful. We have question, yes, about anything.
Yes, we do, Adironnda. We have a couple questions. The first one comes from our friend Linda, and she says, "Greetings. You've spoken about visiting places so we can pick up the possibilities for us and find aspects of ourselves. Can you talk more on this? Thank you. Much love, Linda." I think she got our I Am Possible campaign.
Yes, it is quite exciting. We've been building this energy for the infinite possibilities of humans for a very long time. Now, you see, many thousand, maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe 1 million, maybe 65 million years ago, whenever your essence came to this planet first, or any time along the way, you sort of left aspects or particles of your soul, particles of yourself, all around the planet. Wherever you lived and there was a significant event that happened during that particular lifetime, you left those aspects all around the planet. So that is what we are doing in this year. We are going to several different locations, and we're going to pick up those aspects. You see, when you pick up an aspect that was left here by yourself many hundreds years ago, or maybe just 100 years ago, what happens is it amplifies your own skills. It amplifies your own abilities. It helps you not necessarily remember who you are. It helps you, it makes it easier to be who you are. We can give you an example, if you would like an example, because we directed the vessel Marilyn even before she began channeling us. She was directed to go to Washington, D.C. and pick up an aspect. Now, in her automatic writing or her inspired writing, she was given step-by-step instructions to go and pick up this aspect, to go to the Lincoln Memorial, sit on the steps, and wait. She was to have 2 other people with her, standing at either corner of the stairway or either corner of the plaza there. And she was to face the Washington Memorial and face the pond there. And she did so. And Black Hawk came to her, and she received an image of where she was with Black Hawk. He was a Native American, and where she was in life with him, and that brought her the energy of us, you see. Then she wrote down on her paper, she went to a conference in Philadelphia, which was close to Washington, D.C. She wrote down on her paper the word Black Hawk. And then she was talking, she was a speaker at this conference, and as she was walking around, she saw a person that had written on their paper, Black Hawk, I Heart Aurora, which is what was on the vessel Marilyn's car, and Showbiz 2, which was on her license plate, Showbiz 2. And she stopped and talked to that person afterwards. And that person brought her the message from Black Hawk, who was a channel at this point. And her name was Shoshana, and her name was Shoshana Aurora. So you see, due to those connections that she made while she was receiving her aspect, this person, Shoshana, took care to her very first channeling. And that opened the gateway for us to arrive. She does not even know this. The vessel Marilyn does not even know this. But that opened the gateway during that channeled session. If the person recorded it, she would have listened to it afterwards and heard that connected the counsel that she is now channeling, as well as myself. So in that capacity, when you go around the world or around the country and pick up those aspects, pick up those parts of your soul that you actually left there, then it activates something within you. It magnifies that energy of that which you are here to be, which is why it is important for you to understand your own infinite possibilities now. So that is one of the reasons why we are going to the heart of Australia, where the Pleiadians came into this planet at Uluru in Ayers Rock. This is also why we're going to Peru, because the Pleiadian, the Seven Sisters, also are connected to Peru. That is also why we are going to Crestone, Colorado, because the native soul, the spiritual growth there are amplified, and many people have left aspects there because it was the council of Crestone. And then we are going to Thailand. Now, the vessel Marilyn is lucky enough to go to Thailand twice this year, as is the Joy. However, the second Thailand is a pilgrimage to your ancient self. It is a pilgrimage to understand how the elephant, the Asian elephant, how the whale, how the beings from the origins of this planet are here to assist. So that trip is a pilgrimage of your soul to sort of tie it all together and wrap it up in a bow, if you would. The importance of acknowledging those parts of yourself that you yourself have left there. It is like when you meet an old friend that you've never met before, and you recognize their soul, much like you do at the Visionaries in Light conference. You recognize their soul and realize that their soul is a part of your soul, and somehow you are more you because they are in your presence. That is what happens when you pick up an aspect. You see what we mean, yes? Does that answer your question, yes?
It certainly answers my question.
That is good.
Yeah, that's
And we hope that Linda can go with us and play, huh?
Yeah, we hope so. And that's fascinating about Marilyn. I didn't know that. That's how the channel opened up. That's really interesting.
She did not know either. You see, it always takes a question for the answer to come through. She does not ask us questions. So it is nice that someone else does.
Yeah.
But you see, it is because she followed the instructions. She did not know what it meant to pick up an aspect. She did not understand that. But because she followed the instructions, even though it seemed very silly at the time for her to go sit on the steps, she was asked to cloak herself in a cloak of invisibility so no one would enter her energy field. And while she was sitting on the steps, the energy field was about 10 feet in diameter, and there were hundreds of people on those steps. And the people that were standing guard or watching, you may know them, Sylvia and John, one of our speakers for the Visionaries in Light conference, and John Schulte. And they were standing on either corner, and they said that no one entered within a 10-foot radius of our sweet vessel, except for one small child. And he jumped in, looked directly at us, gave his message to the vessel, and jumped back out again. So it is quite important when you have that experience of picking up an aspect of yourself. Next question.
This comes from Martha. She says, my Lemurian crystal broke in two yesterday. I felt like it was a time capsule breaking open on the solstice. What's up with that?
Well, your Lemurian crystal broke. So your soul is activating the energy so vast it is shifting your own crystal. You see, you are moving into different parts of your world, yes? Sweet Martha. You are acknowledging those energies that are so strong within you that it is very much time to possibly take one of those Lemurian crystal parts and put it in your pocket. Take the other one and set it somewhere where you can go, so it is always with you. This is the year to understand your Lemurian roots. So it is possible that due to the virtual travel that you get the opportunity to select those aspects from Lemuria that you are acknowledging, and that is what they are telling you by the crystal itself breaking on the solstice. You see, the energy is very, very high right now. The energy is magnificently high right now. You can tell because the computers are going a bit haywire, the energy is going a bit haywire, everything is coming up now to be reckoned with. And they are also asking you not to get attached to physical things like your Lemurian crystal. Now the crystals are transmuting the energy as well. So there's something else that can be happening with your crystal. As the transmuting of the energy, the crystal will actually absorb those particles of yourself that you're just ready to be done with. You're just acknowledging there, and the crystal will actually absorb those. And then when it gets to be so strong, it might even burst in its accommodation of that. We've seen that very clearly during our last one of our last two wake-up calls that we've done. One was in St. Louis, Missouri, and we were acknowledging with the selenite swords of light, and one of them simply shattered right over a person, shattered. And then she held up another one, and the tip of it shattered over the same person. So you see, the energies are very high. Don't get attached to your physical surroundings. Know that there's a reason for everything. If your crystal is broken in two, carry one part with you as much as possible. It does not mean that you have lost your Lemurian self. It means that, if anything, you are accelerating your Lemurian self, and you don't need that big crystal any longer. Next question.
This question comes from our friend Janice, and Janice asks, Is the economy going to crash on either January 25th or 28th as predicted?
There are many people who are predicting that the economy is going to crash. Well, in our opinion, it has already crashed. And the best way that we know to get it to crash is to tell all of your friends that on the 25th or the 5th or whatever the date, that that's going to crash. So everyone's thinking about that. Do you understand what we just said? The best way to get the economy to crash farther is to predict it. So then everybody will be thinking of that with fear. Therefore, what we fear persists. So, yes, it has been predicted in that capacity. That is not our reality. Our reality is that it is time to pay very close attention to your dollars. It is time to go through this next year without making large investments if you can avoid them. If you're going to buy a car, buy it now. If you're going to buy a house, buy it now. If you're going to invest in something very large, invest in it now. Start the energy rolling now. Do not wait. Because once that energy starts rolling, that will be very important. Material possessions are affected more than anything else about the economy. Material possessions. We've been telling you for a great while to streamline, pare down, get rid of material possessions that you don't love, that you don't need. It is our energy that at 11:11 a.m., instead of thinking about the economy crashing, we would say to think about the economy being boosted by love, supported by love, acknowledged by love. Because a date is very difficult to predict in the energy. There is no such thing as a linear time any longer. So to actually say that this is what is going to happen on this specific date is a bit difficult. There are many who predicted that there would be something terrible happen 12/21 of 2012. But then what happened on 12/21, or what happened in October? It was simply an acceleration of the energy. It is simply the difference as to what was and now what is. But that does not mean that your dollars are not going to be worth anything. That does mean that it is time for you to pay attention to them. You see, the universe is not going to give you more dollars to deal with if you don't take care of the dollars that you've got now. What would change for you if the economy changed? Can you be self-sustaining? Can you acknowledge that self-sustaining energy? The bottom fell out of the real estate market a few years ago. Lots of people were challenged then. However, they came out of that challenge and can focus on the economy getting stronger. Yet changes do have to be made. There are many, many different levels of a crash, as you said, sweet Janice, that could occur. However, we ask you not to go into that place of fear. We ask you not to go into that place of worry. Just be smart and be prepared to take care of things. be under the energy and over the top of the energy, so you can then move through it. You see, what would you do differently if you knew at this moment that there was going to be a date that the stock market was going to crash even worse than it has already? We have already survived many crashes worse than the ones in the 1929. You see, this is a different time. So we ask you to be the change. We ask you to see what is the positive aspect that you can experience in your own personal economy. What positive change can you make? Pay attention to that. And do not live in fear. Be aware that fear breeds fear. Predictions breed predictions. We don't know that very many people that can predict something in a specific time frame any longer, because the time-space continuum is out of sync with itself. And when the time-space continuum gets out of sync with itself, one begins to be concerned about that, yes? And then at the same time, one must know that this is divine order. It is to the messages of this planet. It is divine order to pay attention to the economy of this planet. It is divine order to stand up for your rights and acknowledge that, but not from fear, from love. Next question.
This question comes from Judy and Sally, and they want to know, is the recalibration about...
We don't know if anyone else heard the rest of the question. The recalibration.
Is the recalibration about finished, or does it depend on the individual? That's all they've written, Adironnda.
Is the we did not hear you. You cut out there. Sorry.
Is the recalibration...
We got it now.
Oh, okay.
We're calibrating. You see, it is actually a calibrating anew. A recalibration is about doing something again. But you are calibrating anew, and no, it is not done. You have not reached the ultimate level. The planet has not reached the ultimate level. Yet it is going on each individual basis. And it depends upon how stubborn a person is. As to what will it depend upon how easy that calibration is. The universe, source, your guides are installing new techniques, new ideas, new cells, new programs, new connections into your cellular structure. you as a light worker, Judy and Sally, as light workers, you are empathically carrying that wisdom for this planet. So you will feel much more acknowledgement, much more energy from those focuses of the calibration. Now, since there's probably not a word called calibration, most people do call it recalibration. You are raising your level of acknowledgement. You are raising your level of skills. That is why we ask you to accept all that is possible and to know that as you are calibrating anew in each individual as well as the group, as you are calibrating anew, you will have new gifts. You will have new spiritual gifts. You will have new talents, and we are asking you to develop them to the highest degree possible, to practice them, to acknowledge them, to understand them to that highest availability. When you do, all will flow much more smoothly during the calibration. But it is on an individual basis. Each person is on a little different level. If you would like it to go more smoothly, and would like everyone to catch up and be close to the same level, be who you are, and that will shift those that are around you as well. Next question.
This question comes from Michelle, and she asks, is the color as well as the crystal aquamarine significant for 2015, and how?
Yes, the color of aquamarine is that very faint teal color, that faint aquamarine, that energy from the water, that energy from the ocean, that color of parts of the sea. That energy is balancing out the chakra in between the heart and the throat. It is clearing that energy. If you have an aquamarine, it would be a good idea to wear it. We've directed the vessel Marilyn to start wearing her aquamarine. You see, that will help smooth the energy all over. With the aquamarine focus, when you gaze upon the color of it, that is, we don't know if you can, the color of it, that is the smoothing over part. That sort of allows you to visualize yourself feeling the ocean moving through your body, feeling the sea. You know the sound of the sea when you listen to it. It is much more powerful. It soothes the soul. And that is what the color, because not everyone can be by the sea, that is what the color and the stone, the aquamarine, is doing. It also helps you accelerate the high heart chakra and helps to amplify that energy between the throat and the heart. Next question.
This question comes from Salome, and she asks, so how does one know where to go to find those aspects?
Sweet Salome, it is so good to hear from you. Yes. How does one know? Well, they could have a private session with us, and that might help. Any place that you are drawn to, you probably left an aspect there. If you are drawn to Egypt, or drawn to Australia, or drawn to Canada, you probably left an aspect there. There are many seers who can see into the energy to let you know that you are going to someplace significant and that you are to pick up that aspect that particle. So in answer to your question, meditate on it, of course, and ask your soul, where is the next most significant place that you are to be to pick up the next most important aspect of yourself? And your soul, your guides, will generally tell you. You can confirm that with a private session with any number of individuals, including ourselves. And we can certainly give you a list of people that you could also go with. But you see, your soul already knows this. That is why you may be directed to go to North Dakota and stand in front of which are the four faces on the monument, South Dakota, whatever Dakota that is, we don't know, and sit on a rock there. And that may be as simple as it takes to receive the soul aspect that you left there in a battle years ago. So with that capacity, it is a matter of paying attention to what is happening when you ask the question. And then pay attention, dearest, to others when they talk about aspects. If you're drawn to that energy, it might be time to ask what that is about, as you are. So trust your guidance in that. And trust that the right people will be brought to you to confirm that energy, to confirm that aspect that you are to pick up. Next question.
This question comes from Valerie, our friend Valerie. She asks,
Yes.
She says her Amazonite crystal jumped off the shelf and into a carnelian crystal bowl and shattered both. What's the reason for this?
Well, you know that Amazonite is about money. Amazonite is about the energy of abundance. So let us hope that you are breaking through your abundance ceiling, that you are shattering through that energy. So you see, there are many crystals that are breaking throughout the planet. The energy, the compression of that is very great. So in the Amazonite, which carries the energy of abundance, carries the energy of flow, you are moving into 2015, which is the year of abundance, which is the year of infinite possibilities. In 2015, it all adds up to an 8, which carries that frequency of abundance, that frequency of the infinity symbol. The Amazonite also carries that. So we ask you, how stubborn are you being when it comes to your finances? What about your finances are trying to get your attention? Are you paying attention to your finances? Are you hanging on to your dollars because you're afraid you're not going to get any more? Are you ready to shatter through your abundant ceiling? A bowl is representative of the feminine aspect. We don't know the shape of your Amazonite. However, when you are shattering through your femininehood, your feminine being, and coming out on the other side to embrace your balance of masculine and feminine into the infinite possibilities of yourself, that is getting your attention. You see, the universe is trying very hard to get your attention. They will do whatever it takes. So that Amazonite is about connecting with your soul's abundance, acknowledging your own spiritual gifts, acknowledging your own avenue of talents and developing them, understanding exactly what your essence is, understanding exactly how that frequency is playing out in your life. So we believe that that was an attention getter, that it is now time for you to pay attention to those finances in the energy. We believe that it is time to help you discover all of your true essences. And one of the first ways is to acknowledge that humanity essence through numerology. You see, each of your birthdays, when added to the year 2015, that becomes your destiny for that year. So if your birthday was on 1/1/2015, on this day that this broadcast will be playing, that is a 10, which that includes the energy of the 1 and the 0, which is indeed the energy of Source. So we ask you to understand what your birth year is. And we're going to, before we activate your essence with the one and only Randy Luna, we're going to have a quick rundown as to what is happening for each of your years. We don't want to get mixed up on the numbers, so we wrote some of them down. The first one, of course, is 1. So if you add into your birth year, and it adds up to a 1, like the 10, which is a 1 and a 0, that tells the universe that you are very independent, that you are ready to jump and step boldly into your own existence, that you are ready to open up the doorway, to open up your frequency, to open up the fact that you are ready and present. You are a leader. Your essence is creativity. Your energy is stepping up to the plate. You can do many, many things as a 1. And when you couple that with the energy of the 0, which is Source, that is also important, because Source provides everything. Then we have that 2. 2, of course, is about divine partnership. 2 is about compassion and comparison. It is also about cooperation. It is about acknowledging that leadership that you are. It is about consideration. It is about being a diplomat and accelerating in that diplomacy. You could be a singer or a dancer. But it is about acknowledging that if your birth year, when added to 2015, multiplies out to a 2, it is about asking yourself, what are you in divine partnership with? 3. 3 is about communication. 3 is about accelerating your own communication essence in this year. It is about being optimistic. It is about acknowledging your imagination. It is about working with the verbal language. 3 is also about the Ascended Masters. So it becomes time for you to ask for help from the Ascended Masters and to acknowledge that sacred energy that is moving through you. 4. If this is a 4 year for you, you get the opportunity to pay very close attention to your structure, your organization, and your practicality. If this is a 4 year for you, it is time for you to leap into your financial satisfaction and your financial rewards if you pay attention to your finances. If you are a good steward of your finances, the financial rewards will be endless. If you are not a good steward of your finances, the financial rewards will be a little bit warning. Because you see, the universe doesn't give you anything that you don't take care of. So trust that if this is a 4-year for you, it is very important for you to acknowledge that and pay attention to what's going on. Take a deep breath. We know that you're all adding up your birth date in your year. This is a 4-year for our vessel, Marilyn. You'll have to watch what happens. 5, sensual freedom. 5 is a powerful number of change. 5 is about acknowledging your own creativity, your own sexuality, your own sensuality. It is about being affectionate. It is about showing your love to others, whether it is a spiritual partner or a physical partner, whether it is your best friend or someone who is a new friend. It is about, the 5 is about community. The 5 is about acknowledging that energy of yourself and how it interacts with others. It is also about balance. As that 5 comes into play, keep the balance flowing in your life. It is also about art. Sit with art. Create art. Acknowledge art. Love art. If this is a 5-year for you, have sex with intention. Our friend BJ told us that once. You see, the sexual energy, whether you have it with someone else or yourself, the sexual energy is a powerful frequency of manifestation. That is what the 5 is about this year. 6, it is time to nurture yourself and others. It is time to be conscientious of your own path, your own peacemaking, your own energy, your own frequency, your own demands, and your own guidance. That 6 is about helping others. You might want to decide to become a doctor or a homeopathy doctor or a naturopath. You might learn to develop responsibility in your relationships. If your year is 6 this year, you see that energy, that encompassing, that space of the 6 is also about balance. It is about being pregnant with that energy. You see, when we came through with the 6 on the double digit in 2014, that was the year of pregnancy. That was the month of being pregnant with your ideas. So pay attention to what you are giving birth to. Because you are giving birth this year to yourself. No matter what you are doing. So pay attention to that 6. As you give birth to yourself, we ask you, what kind of being are you? Take a deep breath. 7, one of our favorites. Mental analysis. The 7 this year is about analyzing what you are doing. It is about acknowledging the authority of you. It is about acknowledging the mystical gifts that you have. And as you acknowledge the mystical gifts, they will get greater. As you acknowledge your own miraculous manifestations, they will expand. 8. It is the entire year without your birth date. It is an 8. So we do hope, in answer to your question, Miss Janice, that the world will pay attention to their finances, because it is an 8 year. That is abundance. That is infinite abundance. That is infinite possibilities. 2 circles coming together to meet. A steady flow of energy. That is also about the relationships that you have with all individuals. That is also about yourself being efficient. Yourself being self-reliant, ambitious. A shrewd business energy. If you're going to start a new business, start it this year. If you're going to bring your business into a profitable state, do it this year. Yet we ask you to remind yourself that you can't do it like you did it last year or the year before that, because everything is new. Because you are calibrating new. 9. It is about conclusions. Ending cycles in your life. Being compassionate with humans. Being strong in your courage to end those cycles of all your stuff. That may be about your crystals breaking. It is about acknowledging who you are, embracing it, and concluding that, and then beginning anew. Today, this day when you listen to this broadcast, 1/1/2015, that is the new cycle. 10. 1, new beginnings. And 0, with the energy of Source. So what we're going to do is we are going to activate that energy of Source with a divine meditation, with our sweet maestro, our sweet orchestra, Randy Luna. And when we do so, we're going to just ask you to be present with your own essence. Be present with who you are. Acknowledge your own skills. What aspects are you picking up this year? Take a deep breath. We know that we have cleared and sealed the space. So if you're comfortable, close your eyes. If you're listening to this when you're driving, do not. And allow your essence to flow with the music, with the timbre of the notes, and with your own soul's essence. Yes. That is the root of your soul. Your core. growing ever so deeply. As you breathe into the earth, you feel that earth, that deep essence acknowledging your energy. You feel the beings of the planet speaking to you. Through you. And as you take another deep breath, and on the exhale, you feel that essence from this great Mother Gaia filling you up. You feel that crown chakra, the violet, the white, opening, expanding. Expanding up to the highest level of your oversoul. As you breathe into that oversoul, you feel the rich depth of your essence coming to light. You feel your guides, your angels, your source in every cell of your body. You breathe into that energy. You flow through that energy as it acknowledges. Visualize the color of aquamarine. Light greenish blue radiating from your chakras. As you breathe into that aquamarine, that greenish blue tint, you feel your high heart elevating. Acknowledging your communication centers. And allowing your communication to speak with your heart. to speak from your heart. As you breathe deeply in, you feel all of the cells of your body coming to life, feeling the play, the wisdom of the ages, feeling your own skills, your spiritual skills amplified. Your gifts accelerated. Manifestation heightened. Magnification extended. Intuition elevated. Teleportation possible. Astral travel simplified. Understanding of the wisdom accepted. Dimensional sight presence. Realize as you are seeing with your heart, hearing with what you see, touching with your ears. Feeling that energy with every particle of your body. What are your spiritual skills? Breathing into the acknowledgement that you are the infinite possibility of this planet. Breathing into the acceptance of your own essence as divine inspiration, divine action, divine way shower, pathfinder, structure, creativity, analysis, divine nurturer, divine freedom. What is your essence? Behold that each time you listen to this, it will become clearer and clearer. Breathe into that essence. Feel the joy that is yours to feel. Understand the wisdom of the ages. The core, the root of your essence. Allow your guidance to show you your origin, as it might be important to you now. Breathe into it. Trust what you sense, see, feel, and hear. Always. As your essence grows within you, so do your spiritual skills. Your skill sets become magnified. What are your skills? What are your talents? Through the playing of these notes, your talents will be accentuated and activated as you say yes to yourself. Breathe yes in. With each timbre, you acknowledge that you are more you. your essence. Your essence is about your own spiritual growth. It's about honoring your origin, receiving all aspects of who you are. And breathing into them. It is about your deepest understanding of your own spiritual skills. Receiving new sight. Heightening your intuitive voice. Acknowledging the healing aspect that moves through your body. And keeping it all in the flow. Breathe into that flow deeply. Allow your muscles to relax and receive. Allow your cells to relax and receive. Allow your mind to relax and receive. Flowing through that receptivity. Your soul smiles. Your heart heals and integrates. Into you. Your spiritual skills, your birthright, you are returning to. That knowledge is within your cells. An understanding of that knowledge. That is in conscious support of who you are. That is in connected integration. of you. Breathe into it, dearest. Breathe into that essence. Open your heart, your high heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, your essence to receive all that you are. Your own infinite possibilities. To acknowledge, I am here. I am whole. I am love and loved. On all levels, in all dimensions. And I am so grateful for that which I am. Always. Infinite as one. Namaste. Ooh, that was really cool. That was really cool. Wow. That was really cool. Come back, come back. Take it away, Joy. This is how Randy and I work. This is how it works with every single one. We have no idea where we're going or what we're doing or how it happens. It just, that was beautiful. That was just beautiful. Oh, wow.
And I just want to tell our listeners out there that if they couldn't hear the music quite as clearly as Marilyn and Randy did, that it will be on the recording very clearly, so you can experience it there as well. Right?
Wait till you hear it. Oh my gosh. It was, I don't think I've heard you play like that. He plays. He just plays. It was quite mystical. It was rich and deep. And yes, it will be on the recording, and it will be perfectly blended together with all aspects. Yeah, yeah. And I can't use, you use my words, Joy. The 122, the 111 is on 122. You see, this year everything is different, right?
Right.
The universe really wants us to get used to and acknowledge that what you expect is not what's going to happen. If you expect something to happen, chances are that's not going to happen. So just breathe into the possibilities, not the expectations. It's time to do everything in a different way. Even the double digit. We've done a double digit on 1-1 and 111 for, this will be the 5th year. And we've done a 1-1 a message every year for, 10 years. This year, the 111 message is actually going to be on 122. Because we discovered a couple of days ago that instead of being near an internet connection, we are going to be in the middle of the jungle in Thailand. So it's all about acknowledging the change and acknowledging the differences. We'll be here live with Randy again. Possibly. That's our plan right now. I'm putting him on the spot, aren't I? We'll see.
I think the 2015 is the year of the or better.
the year of the or better. You always ask this for something better. This is the or better. I like that. Okay. This is the or better. Randy and I are looking at doing a series of bringing in the masters for a set of meditations and music. One came through on the personalized guided meditations, and it was quite powerful. So I believe the masters, like Elohim, that came through on the 12-12, and Raphael that came through on the 11-11. I believe this will be the year of the masters. That this will be the year that possibly a different master will take each message. Powerful. Wow. Yeah, very powerful. Yeah. So invite your friends for the 1-1. It is all easy to do.
And it's for the open to everybody. It'll be posted on our website, and an invite will go out on Facebook, and invite everybody. Everybody should experience it.
And the year of the masters is where we're headed. So. I found an entry about it. Phew. What was that?
It's the or better.
That's the or better part. Well, I see that we've.
Oh my gosh, it's so bizarre. You know what's happening is my Siri is just going nuts, speaking to me. It brought up the word experience.
Siri did?
Yeah,
that's what this 2015 is about. You never know where your messages are coming from. Experienced. Let go of your experience and move into creating new experiences. How's that?
Perfect.
Good. Well, thank you all for being here with us. Thank you so much, Randy. Golly.
Yeah, thank you, Randy. It's fun to play together.
It is fun to play together.
One of these times I want to be in the room with you guys.
Okay. We'll fly you in. That's fine. I think I know where you can be in the room with us. The Visionaries in Light Convergence.
Oh, that's right. We'll all be together there in Mount Ida Village, Arkansas.
Yes, Wahoo, Hot Springs Village. Yeah, Wahoo! Absolutely. Yeah. And with that, breathe into the wondrousness of Randy's music.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Brave Dave. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, all y'all, all the subscribers. That's why we're here.
Yeah. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste, y'all. Namaste. So fun.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.